Okie dokie.
Using
Dear Mario,
hardware.
please come to the castle.
Not
I
the
have baked a cake for
N64,
you.
but rather
Yours
the
truly,
Wii.
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Yeah, it's hard to track down in retro console stuff nowadays, but whatever. At least I have a Wii. And a cat. That's the biggest. Don't know how loud this audio is gonna Okay. That should be better. That's better. Oh. Okay. Hopefully that evens out, but... Anyway, so yeah, let's play some Mario 64. At least try and get most of the stars. I know I started the DS game a long time ago, but it's just so hard to control on emulation versus this where I actually have a joystick and can play the game proper. And I would be surprised if anyone seeing this is not familiar with this game. It is kind of one of the biggest games out there, especially now that it's so accessible. Oops. That's unfortunate. Oh wow, the third coin went all the way over there. Not that it matters. We're just gonna be going through these stars pretty fast. Not speedrun, though. Yeah, I'm not good at this game to speedrun it yet. I do know some funny tricks, though. Unfortunately, I can't really pull them off. But, like, there's one where you grab a bomb that we just passed and slide into the gate. Anyway, well, if you are one of the few that aren't familiar with this game, which is weird, it's just like all the modern Mario games where you just collect stars. So not the 2D platformer ones, but more the 3D kind. I guess they changed the new ones, the new ones, so you get flags instead. Well, anyway, yeah, so Mario's in this castle, and he has to go through these paintings that are magically enchanted to be portals to new worlds. Or maybe the worlds were always in the paintings. I'm not sure. But your objective is to collect those stars, and there are 6 stars on every level, including a 7th for collecting 100 coins at a level. They tried to make all the stars somewhat unique, but there are a couple that are really easy to get, or feel like they're repeats of the others. Ooh, I did not do that well. You can go up this grassy slope, but I probably should just do it normally, which is done by just walking up it, but this takes forever. Is this faster than going up the other way? Yes, if I was doing the kick thingy better. Yeah, so Mario has most of his moves in this. He can punch and kick and have a ground pound, and has a few jump things. He can do backflips. Has his iconic triple jump that he'd be known for in later games. Oh yeah. You can do that kind of backflip, which is not as useless as some people say it is, but anyway, so we're doing the actual first star. We kind of did one of the later ones, which was to open up that gate with the chain chomp, but now we're gonna do one of the first ones, which is climb this mountain, fight this guy called the King Babam. and throw him onto the battlefield. If we throw him off, he gets mad and says we're cheating, so we can't do that. The first time people fight this boss, they understand that they have to like get around, but then right when they throw him, they try and do this. You're actually supposed to stand still for a second, and he kind of just locks onto your position and starts walking towards you, and that's when you're able to walk behind him. So that's pretty neat. Oh, yeah. So, the camera is centered on the position where we threw him, and then he exploded. Even though he's dead, the camera's still centered on that position. Until we get off of the mountain. Then if we come back, it's still centered on his position. That's just interesting. Did I mention Mario has a ground pound? He has a ground pound. That's something that he has in later games. It's really useful in this. You do it a lot. He also has a crawl, which you don't use that often. And then if you crouch like this and do a kick, he does this kind of a spin. People call it the break dance. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah. This game also introduces these pink bombs, or red. I think they're pink. And they're called Bomb Buddies. They don't fight people, but yet they have control over these cannons. So, in most levels, you can find one of these guys and he'll open up a cannon in the level. Most of the time it's not necessary. However, there are stars that are intended to use a cannon to get them, and they're just generally quite useful. There's also this guy who's the second star. He's a giant Koopa called Koopa the Quick. And he wants to race you to the top of the mountain. And now he's probably gonna win, because I messed this up. Never mind. Oh. Yeah, I'm not even gonna use the warp. I should be fine. I actually did play a Mario ROM hack on this channel at some point. It was pretty short and easy. This game is much longer for being the original game. Now we just have to wait for him to come up, which is gonna take a little bit. One of the neat things about this game, for being on the N64, is that when you're up close to Mario, he has a very high detailed model. Well, relatively. But if you get the camera to zoom out like this, his model actually gets a lot less detailed. It's a lot more noticeable in other stages, but it's just really neat that this game makes use of that for being one of the earliest 3D platformers out there. Anyway, so we're done with that stage for a little bit. We'll go back to it later, but we want to go explore the castle. By explore the castle, I mean go into this door with a 1 on it. So the stars that you collect lets you open up doors with higher and higher numbers. It doesn't use up the stars, it just is a lock saying, oh, you need 3 to go in here. I think the later games make use of something called star coins, which do get used up and are used to unlock new stuff. So, this level, which is a giant fortress, although not really, it's more just a giant island with a centerpiece. This level's notable for having some pretty easy coins to get, and remember, we need 100 coins to get a star. So we're gonna go ahead and collect them. First thing we do. These guys, these are actually called blomp, or bomps. Bomps or blomps? They have weird eyes on them, and they actually take out the eyes in the DS version. That guy has his eyes, but they're like stretched out. It's kind of weird. They do make appearances in later games, I think, but they have a completely different design. Then we have the classic swamp here without the spikes. They kind of just don't have spikes in this game, and then they get the spikes back in later games. Although they're not actually spikes. Or maybe it's because they're made of stone, so they don't really hurt you. The things I'm collecting, the red coins are special. They have a number. There are 8 of them in every level, and they are worth 2 coins. And if you get 8 of them, all 8 of them, you get a star. And every level has a red coin star. Also, the blue coin that we just got for beating this guy, that is worth about 5. If you weren't paying attention to our coin count. Those are very rare and very valuable to get. Of course, these guys only drop 1, even if we walk away and come back, because they respawn. Enemies don't usually respawn, only very certain ones, like those piranha plants will do that. In fact, I think they're the only enemy that respawns. And then we have these guys, these are called womps. Something people don't know is that you can jump on their back and get 5 free coins before you ground pound them on their back and get 5 more. So that's something that people don't know about, or maybe they do. Another thing is, so when Mario ground pounds, he doesn't have any collision, kind of? Like, he can't be displaced, is what I'm saying. Yeah, like, he wasn't moving down, but when he's finished with that ground pound, he's inside the platform, so that's why. But with those swamps, you can do that, and kind of pushes him in. Can we even get all the coins without going to the islands? No, we can still make it to the islands. But not with that camera. Also, that's very dangerous. I should not do that. I should go down here, though. That is a good idea. Now there's a star down there, but I'm not gonna get it yet. I'll get it later. And this is a blue coin switch. So a lot of levels have them, not all of them, but you hit it, or ground pound it rather, and blue coins come out. It's kind of like a P-switch from the older games. And it's timed, and you only have 1 chance to collect all the blue coins. You don't get anything if you get them all, other than being that much closer to getting your blue coins, or your 100 coin star. And yeah, there's a lot of coins in this level. Now we should go and get the rest of the stars. I wasn't intending to get the red coin star, because that would be pointlessly difficult. However, so instead of going all the way around the castle, there is something that you can do here. Kind of like that. There's different ways to do it. If I had gotten that triple jump off, it would have been fine, but... And there's the red coin. No real point to getting it. We'll get them later. First, we need to do another boss fight. This guy, King Thwomp. Although he doesn't have his crown in this game. Like he does in the DS version. He is still incredibly easy.
Here we go!
I don't know if I mentioned that levels have warps, but they do. I'll show one off here. We can do the red coin star now. Where was... No, there was no red coin down here. I think it's here? Yep. There is a warp right here that just puts you over here. Which is okay. It's not super convenient, but maybe in this situation it's not super convenient, but I think it would help if you really need to get over there. One of the interesting things about this game is that it tracks how many coins you get in each level, and it saves as a high score. So if I pause here, you see it says my score, 2 stars, 119 coins. That's because the last star we just did, we got 119 coins. So there's no real point to getting more than 119. 100 coins, I should say. However, people have just found an interesting challenge where you try to get as many coins as possible in the level, which is a neat challenge. Because it leads to some interesting things that people don't really know about, like jumping on these guys to get extra coins. Now, once we beat that Thwomp guy, King Thwomp, this tower gets placed here instead, as well as this wooden board. First, let's check out this board. You can actually kick it, or punch it, or whatever, to knock it down, and it puts onto that little island there that's shaped like an arrow. And that makes it a lot easier to get over there. Now this tower, we can climb it for a star. It's really not that hard. However, there is a secret in this tower. You look at this wall, punch it. There's a free 1-up. That's really all it is. There's also this thing, which they don't really use that often, but it's a bullet bill launcher, and there's no point to this. It really just exists. If you ground pound it, though, which people don't know about that, but it actually shoots out a bullet bill on command. Which is neat. As long as one isn't spawned out already. You can only spawn one at a time, and sometimes it just doesn't work. You know what I think happened? I think the bullet bill... Oh, That works. No? No, it does. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know that, like, the hitbox on it or whatever for spawning the bullet bill, that function is kind of just weird and doesn't work a lot of the time. Oh, that's another thing. People don't really like the camera in this game, even though I think it's fine. There's two cameras, Lakitu camera, which you have to think of like a camera guy that's orbiting around Mario, but he has a physical presence in the world, so he can't... like, he gets blocked off by walls and stuff. As opposed to newer games where you can just see through the walls. And then you have Mario Cam, which tries to focus the action right behind Mario. And doing it like this is really bad. Don't use this. Zoom out the camera like this, and it's a lot easier. It'll always try and face Mario's back. Like that, and it automatically adjusts itself. You can't really adjust it left or right, otherwise it auto-corrects it to Mario's backside, which I don't really like that, but also the camera isn't much of an issue for me to begin with, so don't worry about that star that's in that cage there. We'll get to that at some point. Although, there's a trick that people do where they do a triple jump off of this island, timed with the movement so that they can do it proper. And then do a wall jump off of that cage and then end up in it. Which is another thing I didn't mention. Mario has a wall jump, just like other games, although it is not the easiest trick to do. Takes a little bit getting used to. Most of the time you'll end up doing that. There's some intricate details about the wall jump, like how high you'll go, depending on what frame you press the jump button in relation of colliding with the wall. And other things like how fast you're going and stuff when you collide with the wall. But this is more of a casual playthrough. This isn't some sort of technical explanation. Well, now we need to go to the top of the fortress, which is a very easy task. That was close. You can see that climbing this is very easy.
Here we go!
Unfortunately, this is a Mario game where Mario is the only playable character. That's a shame. They were planning to add Luigi, and you probably heard about that somewhere, but of course, he never actually made it. He is in the DS version, thankfully. Now this star, shoot into the wild blue. They want you to talk to this guy and get the cannon. Which is all well and good. And then they want you to shoot into either the pillars here, or the star, or anywhere there. But like, why would you do that? Because if you miss, you're just gonna go into the void here, like past that, and then you're gonna lose a life, and that's really risky. So instead, you can just wall jump up here. You could also go up there, fall, and then do a mid-air kick and reposition yourself onto that top platform there, which is probably a little bit easier to do. But, yeah. Why would you ever do the cannon to get this? I think you can even do that in the DS version, and it's probably even easier because wall kicks are replaced with actual wall jumps where you like slide off the wall and can kick. It's a lot more lenient. Now it wants me to fall onto the caged island. Okay, so certain levels, there's a particular tree, and climbing onto this tree will have this owl here. Now you need to have a certain star, like be on a certain star for this owl to show up. In this case, you need to do stars up to the point where you've climbed the tower already. That makes it so you can't just get the owl and get to the tower really fast. He's not in every level, but he is in a lot of levels, like this one. That did not work. If you don't do whatever like if you let go of the owl and you want to use him again, he will, as you can see here, that's his shadow. He will fly all the way back down to where you found him and be back here. It's really easy to hold on to him. You just hold the A button and you fall into this cage here and get the star. Very easy. That is the intended way to get that. One thing that people really liked about this game is how open it was with the, like, you could get the stars in whatever order you wanted. Like this star here, blast away the wall. So once we had the cannon, we can actually get this star. Now this star is called Blast Away the Wall, and it's kind of tricky for people who don't know this game very well, because they're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So, it's not easy to see, but you can see that there's a kind of a... what do you say? Like a cut here? On this wall? There's a seam. And... so I'm not going to blast into this, but if I were, it would break away and I could see whatever's inside. Like it just breaks that part of the wall away. This is only for this wall and this wall here. I'm going to do it for this wall here. Take a little bit of damage. I think they took that out in the DS version. And that reveals the star was in there. I'm also going to show off another thing. So, Mario can walk up certain slopes, like this one, just fine, and he can stand here and whatever. But if he tries to walk up this one, he loses speed and slides down. However, there's a trick that you can do, which is very easy, to actually make your way up those kind of slopes. So you need to be holding the A button, which is jump. Then you need to be tapping B, which is kick. Don't get too carried away. And you'll actually make your way up. And then you can jump your way up. And I've been doing that for a while. But that is how I've been doing that. Yeah, it's pretty useful. Especially in this level. It's useful in a couple others. I got that star. Doesn't work on every slope. Some of them you need to be the right angle, but it works for most. Anyway, so as you can see here, we got all 6 plus the 7th for getting 100 coins, so we are done with that level. Never have to go back there again. Now, now that there's a beam of light here on this little sun carpet, this was not here when we started. Something that a lot of new people didn't figure out right away either, I I see people have trouble when they play this for the first time. You're actually supposed to look at where the light is coming from, and ta-da! You're at the wing cap course. So this introduces something brand new. Not flying, because he could already do that in the SNES game. But the wing cap, which three-dimensional flying, with inverted flying controls and everything, it just makes sense. Flying is pretty smooth. I don't mind it at all. And so this course is more like a test course for the wing cap. You are intended to collect these red coins while you play around with the flying physics and just figure out how they work. Flying physics. Flying controls. But don't take too long, because the wing cap does run out. And then once you make it to the center, if you see this little switch here, it kind of reminds you of the switches from the SNES game in the Switch Palace. And then you see this block here. You may have seen it earlier when we were in Bob-omb Battlefield. So this block is completely intangible. You cannot interact with it. However, when we hit this switch, wing cap switch, just like the blocks in the SNES game, only this one, they don't use these to make like platforms or anything like in the SNES game, they just hide this wing cap power up. And there are two other caps like this that give us two other power-ups. Anyway, better collect this star.
Here we go!
And once we do that, the light is gone. Very cool. Now we can go back to Bob-omb Battlefield. They actually intend for you to get the wing cap, and then go back here for the rest of the stars. That's kind of why I dipped this place early. Shoot to the island in the sky. Don't need the wing cap for this, but I do like getting it just because. You can initiate flying by either going through a cannon or doing a triple jump, although you don't need to do a triple jump too perfectly. For normal triple jumps, you need to be holding forward to do them, but with the wing cap, it just always triggers, whether you hold forward or not, as long as you do 3 consecutive jumps. So that's neat. Another neat thing is with the wing cap, and it's not necessarily with the wing cap helps a lot, is if you're falling, and you hold A, as opposed to just jumping and letting go of A. See, I'm falling pretty fast, but if I hold A, his cap wings kind of flutter a little bit, and he falls slightly slower. It's a lot more noticeable from bigger heights. And also, you don't even take fall damage if you do this. So that's really neat. Anyway, this star is really easy. You're just supposed to get to this island, hit this box, you got a star.
Here we go!
You don't need to use the cannons to get that star. However, it's the easiest. Doing it without the cannon is kind of tough. But now we're gonna go for one of the longest stars in this course. And I probably shouldn't have killed that Goomba. Never mind, I got his coin. So because you're collecting... Now the crate breaks the blocks. Okay, cool. Because you're collecting all the red coins, and the red coins are worth 2 each, so you're gonna have 16 coins anyway. A lot of people like to do the 100 coin stars. while they do a red coin star. It's not as important for this course, but... Oh yeah, Bob-ombs respawn. Okay, Bob-ombs and Piranha Plants are the two enemies that can respawn. My bad. But yeah, people do the 2 stars together, and it's not important in this course. You'll see why when we get to the last star. If we kill that Bob-omb again, because we killed him once, he will not drop a coin. So... that's unfortunate, but... There we go. You get a lot of speed sliding down that thing. It's kind of crazy. Something I like to do with Bob-ombs. Use them to explode other Bob-ombs. Also watch out for those things. Those are called water bombs. Surprised that they actually have a name, but yeah. Should be some coins here, yep. Nice ring of coins, and once you collect those, a 1-up pops out. I already showed off one of the warps in this level. Also, there's this gate here, and if you press on this switch, it opens up. It closes back if you leave the level and come back, but it's cool nonetheless. Anyway, so the second warp, and warps in this game are 2-way. So in this flower patch and this flower patch are actually linked together. So you can warp between them, which is pretty neat. So, you see these log poles, and you saw when we started I actually knocked one down by ground pounding it. These ones you don't really do that with. Instead you need to run around it a few times. And then coins pop out. Crazy, huh? Now don't try and do this with the one with the chain chomp, because that's a special pole, and it won't have coins pop out if you do this. But yeah, you can get a free 20 coins just by doing that. There's also this Koopa here. Now the thing about Koopas, you can actually attack this one. So we stomp him out of his shell, and you notice that his back was pink. That's actually because I'm playing the Wii Virtual Console version of this game, and that's a weird error. Yeah. Normally he just has a plain white back, like the rest of his body. It's his undershirt or something. Not sure why the N64 Virtual Console has that, but it does. Anyway, if you kill a Koopa Troopa like that, or get him out of his shell, you can steal a shell and slide around on it. Kinda like what I've been doing. You can go really fast if you hold the direction that you're facing, you know, kind of accelerate, and if you want to slow down, you jump and hold backwards, and that actually lowers your speed. Don't try and do that while you're on the ground, or you'll just turn around like this. If you want to stop abruptly on your shell, you just crouch. That kind of cancels the shell. Anyway, now we need to get to this island because they put one red coin on the island. It's kind of silly. Probably could have picked a better spot for it because it's like... We already go to this island for that star that had the box. This one. And then we have to go up here for another one, so it's kind of just... Huh? I'll explain why next stop. For now we just want to collect these free coins. That's good enough. Let's get the ones over here. Those ones that we got on the island that were just hanging around in the air, usually want to get those ones early, not last, because you don't want to get 100 coins and have the star spawn in the air like that. It's a little bit harder to get it. I'd rather have it on the ground here, where it's nice and easy. This game does have less stars in total from the DS version, which had 150. This game only goes up to 120. Every stage has an extra star in the DS version, and there's a couple more stages, although they're more just bonus stages rather than full-on 8, because it's 8 in that game. 8 star stages. I also don't remember this block thing being so dark in the 64 version. But that might be the case. Anyway, so this star, you need to get the center coin from these rings that are just in the sky, and it's easy to do it in this little cannon here. Now, you can do it without the wing cap. You can even do it so you get all of them in one cannon shot. However, that's really hard. I don't know how to do that. So, it takes me multiple attempts. Fortunately, with the wing cap, we could just fly back. Or if we really want to, we can even... Huh. I've never seen one of those fall down there. If we really want to, we can stop the momentum, ground pound, and we won't take fall damage. Didn't matter, we still fell into the chain chomp. Ooh, did not want to do that. You ever get your camera stuck like that? It's no big deal. You can just hit the button to change it to the Mario Cam, and back to the Lakitu Cam, keep it as Mario Cam, and it'll reposition itself to be really close to Mario when it goes through any walls or obstructions. It's pretty neat. Let's get that final coin. That's not good. So... Wait, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. It is possible to get a coin and not get the little invisible trigger, you know, where the number pops out. That's very hard to do, but it is possible. And it's kind of unfortunate if you're playing this game just casually, because now how are you supposed to get it? But no, I forgot. Oh, I didn't get the one up here. There's 5 of them I'm supposed to get.
Here we
You
go!
can just fly back down into the star and easy. That's a bomb battlefield. Now, I could do a couple more stages. However, there is this room up here. We're gonna go in here. This is a door that leads to what seems to be a completely empty room. Possibly one of the castle's spires, what it looks like. However, in this glass panel here, so it's the one that's on your right as you enter, you can actually just go through it. And it leads you into this secret room. Well, it's not really a secret. You can notice the floor's kinda slippery. Yeah, it's because this secret room is called the Princess's Secret Slide. There's this blue coin switch here. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about collecting the coins in this level. It's kinda just bonus. Any secret levels, your coin count does not matter other than getting, you know, the extra life for 50 coins and another 100 coins. Not that you can get 100 coins, but if you could, you would not get a star, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so if you manage to do this slide in less than 21 seconds, like I just did, you get a star. Now don't break open this box if that happens, and you'll see why when I go back to this level. So just get the star if you do this first. Yeah, 70 coins, get an extra life. Big whoop. I haven't died yet, and dying is kinda... eh. Like, you get so many extra lives, it doesn't matter. So, now we slide all the way back down. Wow, we even did it faster that time. Yeah, they even give you a 1-up if you manage to slide your way to the edge of this room. Now, if we hit this box, we get another star, which is why I said get the other one first, because this box will always be here. If you don't manage to make the time, then I guess this is like a compensation. What is that word? I'm pretty tired. Consolation prize. Sorry, I'm tired. That's your consolation prize star. It's kind of weird that they did that. Anyway, I'm gonna go into this room, but I'm not gonna go into the level associated with this room. This is a very pretty room, and that level is called Jolly Roger Bay. This room is pretty because it has these fish tanks, although you can't really get in these can if you exploit your way through, but otherwise, no. And there's no water or anything in there either. It literally is just a glass box with these fish and a little light beam, which is very moody. And you have these holes in the side here. What could these be? Probably get into the fish rooms. However, for you, the player, one of them gives you a 1-up. And there's nowhere else to go in here. And if you go into the right side one, you end up in this big fish tank. And there's no way to recharge your air, which means you better go start collecting coins, otherwise you're gonna drown. And this level is both very cool, because I like the lighting of the walls, but it's also incredibly moody, and also kind of creepy. You're just stuck inside this giant water tank with no air. Windows that don't have any sort of like, they don't lead anywhere. It's just a void beyond the windows. So yeah, just go collect the stars. Appreciate that there's a huge amount of fish at the center here.
Here we go!
And yeah, that's another secret star. Well, we'll get to that level again some other time. For now, we want to go inside this big door. I think it's 12 stars to get in here, but I don't remember. This door is fancy. It's a sliding door. Then you go up here and you're like, oh, there's a picture of Princess Peach. I better go towards it. And then it turns into a picture of Bowser. So you're like, oh, I better go towards that. And then the floor opens up and you're supposed to fall down. However, if you're good at timing your jumps, you'll be able to try and navigate over. Quickly realize, wait a minute, there's an invisible wall. So you just fall through anyway. Now we're inside this big cave-looking level. This is called Bowser in the Dark World, which is incredibly ominous. These levels are cool. They're kind of checkpoints in the game. There's 3 of them, and it's like, oh, I'm 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, and at the end of the game. Now, there's only 1 star to collect, and you don't get it by going to the end of the level. Instead, you have to get it by getting the red coins, which are kind of just scattered on your way to the end. Now, I don't think this was the most, I think not everyone really liked this, because if you get, let's say you get 6 of them, and you saw those 2 that I got were probably the hardest to get, but let's say you get those, and you get a few more, and then you accidentally die, because this is a level suspended over nothing, and it's very easy to fall off. Well, you gotta go get them all again. And that's kind of rude. And I think that's... I mean, I don't mind the challenge, but I could see why that might upset some people. Also, fun fact, so... these enemies here... oops. If if you crawl, they can't hit you. Maybe they... No, I don't think they can hit you. Let's see. Okay, that one can. But otherwise they can't. Yeah, like look at this. If you were a new person to this game, that would be kind of risky. Here's another thing about crawling. I'm gonna do this here just because it's safer. Wait. Okay. Well, I'll show that in some other level. I don't want to just die randomly. Plus, I'm kind of sleepy, so don't worry about getting 100 coins. There are no 100 coin stars in these. Kind of just the same way of like the secret levels, like the slide and the cage, the fish tank, and the one where you're on a giant tower in the sky. It's just a one here. Now this one, this red coin here, might be a little bit risky for some people. Not that one, but the one that's down here. Hello. Yeah. Don't feel too bad if you don't get these first and you're just playing this game like you're new to it. They did kind of intend for this to be difficult. Now the easiest way to get up those platforms is actually to use the seesaw platform. Get it high up enough and then get it like here. And you can just long jump. Or even probably a double jump would work too. Yeah. Then you have this thing here. Don't really like it, so I never use it to get up there. Instead I just wall jump off that. You hit this switch. This is actually weird. Okay, yeah, that is intended. You hit the switch and that makes a kind of staircase for you. If you don't get up there in time, it'll fold in and you'll just slide down. But, no. With these Bowser stages, the red coins will always lead you to the star, and the star will always be at the end. Usually? The only exception is the last one. It's slightly, you have to go back like a tiny bit. But, no. Just going through a level. If you're at the end of the level and you're missing some red coins, well then you should probably go back to the beginning. Do it over again. Anyway, this is the Bowser boss fight. I know I'm spinning around, but that's because I did it so fast. Pay no mind. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to run behind Bowser and grab him by his tail, swing him around, and you're supposed to throw him into the bombs there. Unfortunately, I messed up because I had to concentrate on explaining how to do this. Don't worry, the bombs have a huge collision box, so it's pretty easy. Bowser goes down in one hit from this. Don't try and like kick him or punch him or jump on him or anything though. That doesn't work. You gotta throw him the bombs. He'll try and breathe fire at you and jump on you and stuff. But if you just throw him by the tail, it's really easy. So then he gives you a key. And you don't have to do a full power throw either. If you really want to play it safe, you can do like a small throw, where you only spin around a tiny bit. And then slowly inch him over towards the bomb. Because when you throw him, he kind of like stumbles on the ground a bit, and you can run up behind him and grab him by the tail still. So, it's pretty easy. Anyway, he gave us a key. It doesn't actually go up, but it goes down here into this door. And if we don't want to go there, then we can go towards this guy, who we can't catch, but he leads us out here. This is the back part of the castle. We don't need the key necessarily, but we do need a certain amount of stars to go here. I don't remember how many it is. And we see that the castle courtyard, although I don't know if it's a courtyard or a garden. I thought courtyards were usually near the front of the castle. Anyway, there's a bunch of boos. The only way you can get rid of a boo is by attacking it from behind. You gotta actually use an attack. You can't jump on it. You can kick it, punch it, ground pound it. Or do a slide kick, which is a move I actually have not done. Oh, I think you can do a slide too. Slide kick is, instead of doing a long jump where you hold the crouch button and do a jump, you do a kick instead, or a punch or whatever. So anyway, there's no point to killing all these boos. Doesn't get you anything. However, if you go after this one, the big one, you notice that he has something inside of him, which kind of looks like a bird cage. And if you go into that, it opens up a new level called Big Boo's Haunt. Actually, let's not go that way first. Now, there's no real point for me to be doing this early. Although it is a pretty creepy level, and it's pretty cool how, if you look at outside this giant gate, which is supposed to represent the walls of the birdhouse, that we kind of dived in. Kind of looks like a creepy forest. Kind of like that. But yeah, and you got these little spider dudes which look like, you ever know those super balls or bouncy balls or rubber balls? People would have them and they just bounce them and it was a fun toy. That's what they kind of look like. They got that sort of weird color. I'd seen that before. Kind of like that. But those are called scuttlers. They are in the newer games, but they don't look anything like that. They just look like a bumblebee. Sometimes they don't even scuttle. Sometimes they hang from webs. And it's like, what'd they do to these guys? Now, the boos in the castle courtyard drop yellow coins, but the ones here drop blue coins. And then every time you kill one, it says, "Ghosts don't die, hehehe. Can you get out of here alive?" Well, it's go on a ghost hunt. That's what the star name is. The objective of this star is that we're supposed to go around and kill all the ghosts. Which is not a hard task. Inside the mansion anyway. Don't go into this little house thing here, or shack or whatever. Not yet. There's also this thing. This might be the first time you've seen it, might not be. This thing is called a crazy box. It's got a weird little face on it. And it hops around. Grab it, Mario starts jumping around because it goes crazy. And it gives you 5 coins. So anyway, let's actually go into the mansion. There's a reason why I went behind the mansion and went into that back door first, but I'll explain that later. Let's go into this room first. You may be familiar with this room. We got a nice little piano here. You walk up to it. Oh my god, it's trying to attack me. It's really slow and yeah, but like it's a nice touch. You can't defeat this guy, so don't even bother. What I especially like is this little chair that is sitting in front of him and he knocks it over when he gets mad. I also like this thing, which like you try and jump up here for safety the first time you go in here. Like, oh, I'm safe. And then you slide off of it. Back at the piano. It's kind of a neat touch. Okay, so this room, there's these books. Now this is important. There's only one book. Yeah, there's only one book in this room. But that book will fly out of the bookcase, get big, and try and chomp at you. Jump into it, punch it, kick it, whatever. Just make sure you knock it out and it doesn't hit you. Because it drops a blue coin. And that's the only way to get the blue coin is that if you hit it first. If you're trying to get all the coins, like I am, not all of them, but 100, you probably want to get that free blue coin from it. So anyway, we get the 2 extra red coins. Don't even bother with those chairs that got up and tried attacking me, because those don't give you anything. And then, okay, so then we have this little mural of this, ghost. Boo? Yeah. And if we move the camera over, we can see it. We can actually... It's blocking off another room. That room is the back of the mansion that I actually went to and killed those 2 ghosts. Normally, you'd have to look back and lure the ghosts over towards you before you can get them. It's kind of what that little mural's supposed to imply. It's like if you look at the mural, the ghosts are shy. Anyway. So we have another ghost. Get his coin. We have this little eyeball thing. Now if you just stand around the eyeball, look at that, he tries to shoot you with a eye beam or something. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to run around him, make him dizzy, and it gives you a blue coin. Now anyway, I'm gonna go up here, only because I'm getting all the coins. Yeah, there's a second floor. And up here there's like this red grate, you could barely see it. But... there's a whole nother set of rooms up here. Normally you're not supposed to go up here until later. But we're trying to get all the coins early, so... You have this room, graves pop up. Don't stand too close to the graves, like in front of them, because you will get smushed. However, 2 of them have red coins, so that's neat. And you have this room. There's 2 books, which drop blue coins. And remember, the blue coins are very important, so... You have this room. If you notice that seam there, that's because this part of the floor is actually a seesaw floor. And you will fall down to the lower floor, which has a big pit, so don't fall down there. Anyway, There's a secret attic up here. If you wall jump, where I just did the wall jump, you can get up here. So there's our blue coins to get our star.
Here we go!
How many red coins do I got? 7? You know what? Let's go get our 8th red coin. Why not? You see that blue box I just passed through? There was another one in the level. Yep, there is a blue switch with a power-up associated with that. We'll get to that. We could actually go and do that right now, but not in this level, but in a later one. Yep, you can just triple jump to get up there if you really want to, although it's a little bit precise, so don't expect to get it first try like that. Anyway, red coin star.
Here we go!
We are getting all these stars. We're 1/6 of the way completing the game. Well, completing. Yeah, completing. There would also be... You don't need 120 stars to beat the game, but you do need them to complete the game. You only need, I think, 70 or something to beat the game, to unlock the room to get to Bowser and beat him for the final time. It only takes 70. But no, we want 100% this game. So anyway, now we have to go back and kill all those boos that we did earlier. There's a lot of coins in this level, so don't worry about trying to find all of them. Just need 100 for the star. You accidentally miss a couple, you'll probably be fine. Got this room here. I didn't go in here earlier. This room has these platforms, which are risky because they crumble as you walk on them. So make sure you get across there with a big run or sprint. And you have this room where you're expected to shimmy across here, but it's probably just faster to jump. But then you have these boos here, and if you fall, like I just accidentally did, you end up down here. This area sucks. There's nothing to do, unless if you're doing one specific star, which we will get to. Probably not this time, but probably the next time we go here. Anyway, to get out of here, you just follow the path. You find this little red grate platform, which is actually an elevator. And you go in here. And then there's this eye dude. He doesn't... He just gives you a blue coin. That's all he's good for. There's no secrets or anything. Jump is way easier. Anyway, if you kill all the boos on this floor, not the upper one, because there are some on the upper one. Actually, no, there aren't any. But if you do kill all the boos, you go to the center room and this big guy spawns, and he's pretty easy. He's just a boo, except he takes the hits. And he drops a star all the way up there. How are we supposed to get up there? Well, this little staircase opens up, and this permanently opens up once you get this star. So, for the next couple stars, we can just use the staircase to get to the second floor. We don't have to do any of the methods I did earlier. So that's cool. Now let's go down here. So anyway, now that we're at this part, might as well explain where I've been for a while, what I've been doing. I haven't really been doing much, I've just been playing games. Been pretty occupied. Oh, right. So if you get enough stars, there's this rabbit that is in this basement area, and you are supposed to catch him. It's a little bit tough, but he follows a set path, so if you just know what the set path is like that, it makes it a little bit easier to do. Just slide into him like that and you'll get his star. And his name is MIPS, which is in all caps, stands for the I don't know if it's a coding language or if it's like the console's architecture or something, but it's some sort of code name, and it's a programming thing. So it's nice that the rabbit's here. Pretty cool. We'll see him again later in the same area. He just gives you 2 stars once you get, I think, like 30 or something, or maybe it's 40. It's kind of weird. Anyway, you go into this wooden door without a star in it first. You'll notice that you have this area which is completely flooded. Wondering, what the heck is this? And go here, and I think the signs here, oops, tell you what you're supposed to do. One shall pound the pillars. You're probably wondering what that means. Well, these are the pillars. You ground pound them, it pushes them into the ground. You pound both of them. The water drains. Well, let's go through this metal door, and wait a minute, this is the castle moat. It drained that too. Also, yeah, you see those coins up there? It's really hard to get those. If you somehow manage to get up there though, you can actually hold the jump button and grab onto that ceiling, that like bottom of the bridge there. You can hang off of it and get those 2 coins. So anyway, yeah. Don't bother down there, there's nothing down there other than the waterfall, which is kind of neat to look at. But most importantly, this hole is now opened up. So let's go down there. And what's this? The Vanish Cap. Well, what does the Vanish Cap do? It doesn't really help us on this little slide thing, which gives us a decent amount of 1-ups, but you can tell that this is supposed to be a secret level for the cap. The red coins and everything? Oh yeah. So, yeah, I don't actually know what this has to do with the Vanish Cap. They kinda just were gonna make this a level and then decided to add the Vanish Cap as an afterthought. It does have a little tricky part here where you have to go onto these platforms. Don't spend too long because they do flip over. kind of, yeah, it's kind of tricky to deal with those. This one especially. So once you get the 8th coin, you realize, wait a minute, I can't go through here, there's a cage. And if you look around and you see that hole, you're like, how am I supposed to get in there? That doesn't make any sense. Am I supposed to jump into the cage? Well, you could. Technically, you can just wall jump a little bit precisely and get in there. However, turn your attention to this blue switch, and suddenly the meaning of the vanish cap makes a little bit more sense now. Lets Mario go through any grates or semi-transparent blocks, just like this. Now, what this has to do with the vanish cap, like the rest of the level, is beyond me. The rest of the level kind of just exists. And, I mean, there's the rest of the level, which is huge. Like, what were they planning to do here? The DS version adds a couple more stars, which is neat, but it still doesn't explain why the vanish cap is related to this, other than this one grate at the very end of the level. But now he has a vanish cap. Which helps us with the ghost level. You do need all the caps to beat the game. And there's one more that we can get. So I might as well go and do that level. Find this odd door that doesn't even have a number on it but has a star. Not sure what the design reason for that is. And you go down here and hey, it's a toad. Make sure you talk to this toad. This one in particular, because he gives you a star. Just for free. Anyway, a lot of people call this the sewer room because of the pipes. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just pipes because it's like underground and stuff. Maybe it is a sewer room, and if you look in the center, there's like a kind of water drop effect going on here. Kind of looks like sludge or something. Yeah, I can see the resemblance. I mean, I don't get how this is designed like a sewer room. Not that I know what a sewer room even is, but yeah. So you're supposed to jump into it. That leads you to a place called Hazy Maze Cave. So this is kind of just a cave level, but it's pretty big. It's not like the Bowser one. We're just gonna get the cap first. So be very careful, because this level can be a little bit tricky and unforgiving. You have this area with the rolling boulders, and that big area right before this room, that has a big hole in the center, and it's easy to slide down in there. But anyway, we want to just go over here. There's a one up in here, so neat. It's free. These are elevator platforms. Guess they kind of look like it. So yeah, you notice that's a green block. We haven't found anything with green. Only found blue and red. We go down here and there's a star. We're gonna ignore the star. We see this giant sea animal. That's Dory. Dory is quite friendly. So we can actually control Dory by climbing onto her back. And the direction that we move, Dory will try to swim in that direction. So notice if I hold forward, like if I walk forward, she'll walk forward. If I turn this way, she'll turn. If I go this way, she'll turn. Anyway, we want Dory... Oh yeah, if you ground pound, she'll lower her head. If you walk onto her head, she'll lift it up and it's cool. But we want to go up here onto this platform. You can only get on here if you use Dory. So, we want to get up here, go into here, go down this little hallway. It's not really much to do in here, except look into here, where it looks like the exact same thing that we entered the level with. I mean, right? It's the same sludge-looking thing. Well, take a jump down here and... metal cap. Oh yeah, this is cool. Metal cap is like the coolest part of this game. Lets you walk through water unhindered if there's a current or something. Now don't go down this current, don't go over there. There's a 1-up over there, which is neat but not necessary. If you fall down, that leads outside the castle to that waterfall, where I said there was nothing there except for the waterfall, which is kind of pretty if you want to look at it. I went to the invisible cap room. Yeah, that's where that leads, and it's a one-way trip, so unless if you want to go through Hazy Maze Cave again, better off just not doing that. I really like the metal crystals here. It's a very cool effect. Anyway, hit the green switch. Let's go back into Metal Mario. This is required because some of the red coins are actually down here. And the only way you can get these is if you're Metal Mario. And then the star spawns. Of course it's down here with me. And you need to be Metal Mario to get it.
Here we go!
And that's the third cap. That's all the caps. So now we don't have to worry about not being able to get a star. So we have access to everything. It's very cool. However, I think that wraps it up for just one episode of this. I'm pretty tired. And 26 stars, that's a good place to leave off. Honestly, I'm doing one... Did I say 1/6? Yeah, it kind of is 1/6. The game, 120 stars. Yeah. Well, see you next time. Next time I do this, I'll probably get a lot more stars. Definitely won't be as tired as I am now. And we'll be that much closer to beating the game 100%. So, see you next time. Bye-bye. Wait, first things first. If you don't touch anything on your controller, Mario will get sleepy and will just take a nap in front of you, which is pretty neat. Yeah.
I'm tired.
See, I'm tired. then he sits down and starts nodding off, and if you don't touch anything for even longer, he'll just move over to his side and take a good nap. So, anyway, yeah, that's enough. See you next time. Bye-bye.